why war won't work with Gen Z. I'm not in one of those war fighting countries, I'm gonna be honest. But if a nigga ever tries to drop me to war, I am not going. I am not going. There is nothing you can do to make me go. Throw me in that prison cell, bro. Go ahead and do that, bro. I'm not frying nothing, bro. I'm gonna fry myself in the head. Fry myself like bacon. Anyways, let's get into this video.
You know, they say every couple of generations, one generation is bound to experience the most life-changing events in history. And so far, it's looking like Gen Z is fitting the boot. Okay, maybe that's a little bit of an exaggeration, but can you blame me after all the things we've had? Most of us were born around the time or after one of the most devastating terror attacks in modern times happened. We saw our parents trying to keep their sanity during the 2008 financial crisis. As soon as we stepped out into the real world as adults, everything decided to shut down because of COVID in 2020. We've been having drills since we were 5 at school in case a lunatic comes in and mows the whole
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna lie. The world been frying our shit, bro. And niggas are struggling. And it's sad. Like, as soon as you catch that break, finally get my financials right. Finally, stock market's down. Niggas are throwing bombs at each other, missiles going, threatening with nukes and shit. World War, you're hearing World War. When can a nigga catch a break, bro? That ass.
Cool down. And now to add the cherry on top, we may be running back to draft and being put on the warfield. Excuse me, I meant you guys may be running back to draft and on the warfield. I just found out I'm highly on the spectrum, so unfortunately that means I can't qualify. But good luck, future soldiers. I'll give y'all each a high five and you can have fun on the battlefield. It's crazy how Gen Z is kind of running back what millennials had. Because millennials had a war growing up with a terrible economy and had to worry about if they could even afford a house.
That is
but
crazy.
man, at least they had good music coming out. What the do we have for these turmoil times? Lil Mabu? I don't think I really have to explain too much what's going on. If you don't keep up with the news, you've probably seen the memes already about hitting 360 no scopes on the battlefield. But
bro, I saw one meme about how I look at my boy after he steals my kill, and then nigga like literally slimes him after. I'm like, and mind you, this might be real life, bro. There might be some niggas in real life that would get mad over a kill steal and just slime out their homie. Like, yo, you stole my kill, fuck nigga. Boom! Blow his head smooth off his neck. All you see is cranium meat just flying.
The United States of America officially got involved with the Israel and Iran conflict and decided to drop 3 bombs on what they say is their nuclear sites. But of course, that's just a theory. A game theory. All right, I'm sorry. I feel like I need to take these matters more serious. Now, I'm not going to say too much of my personal opinion on it and break this down like it's a 5-hour political podcast. I usually say and talk about things more on stream, so definitely go follow me on there in the second channel. But it's not surprising that everyone is scared online and doesn't know what's going to happen. You know, in the past, you usually didn't have a president tweeting that they bombed a country, then posting a low PNG photo of the American flag right after. This
crazy.
Is definitely the worst time to be the ripe age of 18 to 25 because we going first if the draft happens. Unfortunately, high school class of 2025, you only got a couple of seconds of freedom before you work this. I've been thinking to myself for a while, in a hypothetical, unlikely scenario of them actually doing a draft, the government doesn't realize that
it would not work with Gen Z.
Gen Z has got to be the worst generation for them to try and get on the war train with them. And this isn't even mentioning about all the femboys and furries we got. Not even talking about how half of us are either morbidly obese or twigs. One of the main reasons I think war wouldn't work with Gen Z is because the propaganda age of America is officially dead. And not just America, any country that has...
Bro, I feel like Gen Z niggas aren't really willing. Most of us are just not really willing to just go to war. Like, why? Like, hey, bro, I don't know this nigga. Why am I beefing with him, bro? Type of thing. Like, nigga, dude, I don't even care about the country like that. Y'all been frying me my entire life. Why am I gonna fight? Why am I gonna risk my life to fight with you niggas? You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, bro, Cut ain't do nothing to me, bro. Why did I gotta blow his head smooth off his neck, bro? Come on.
Some form of free press is absolutely cooked. The reason why people back then were so patriotic and would do anything to be in the army in war times, you had kids who were in high school lying about their age so they could serve in the army, was because so many people trusted what the politicians said and how the media said things. Politicians were treated as saintly figures that would never do bad for the American people because why would they? They sit on podiums and do cool speeches about us fighting for our democracy and freedom. And now we look back at certain conflicts America got in and realized that there was no point in us being there. Like, almost nobody nowadays thinks the Vietnam War was something America needed to get involved in. And it's crazy how the #1 superpower for military in all things lost to that were setting up Looney Tune ad traps in the ground.
Yo, that is crazy. That is crazy. No, I heard niggas be like putting poison on the mugs, pissing in them so your cuts get infected and you literally just die slowly, just rotting away. It says grabs your flesh. Nah, this is too like all the work just for
Also,
one
the
body.
Iraq War is universally seen as a dumb war that shouldn't have happened by people now. Like, even Trump and Obama agree on that. That's probably the only thing they agree on. The reasons why these work, though, is because it was so much easier to push propaganda in the past. Like, in the Vietnam War, they were playing TV ads saying this was all about freedom and nothing else. Taking ads out the
Propaganda. Let's get into this right quick. Pushing propaganda in the past could have been easier because ignorance. But now that we have AI rapidly expanding, bro, there's some shit I've seen on TikTok. Y'all be seeing the fucking AI TikToks where it's like a black man or some ghetto shit, bro. I'm not gonna lie, the first time I seen one of these, I dead ass thought that shit was real. I look back at it for a second, I'm like, hold on, this shit look odd. Like something's off about this. It's getting to a point where there might be truth in media, but I feel media is going to keep pushing so much bullshit, so much fake, so much fraud to the point where you're not going to be able to tell which one's true or not. And then even if you do go and check for sources, there's no way you're going to be able to tell what's true or not. So propaganda has just already been flooding shit. And I feel like AI is going to make that motherfucker stronger.
The newspaper saying the only way to be a man is by getting drafted to war. And at the time before social media, everyone
I ain't falling for that.
basically believed it because that's all that was shown. There wasn't anyone with major platforms that would go against it because they would get censored. And everyone watched media through a few news channels which would all say the same thing. During the Iraq War though, that's when you first started seeing people actually start speaking up about things. Saying, hey, maybe going into a country and murdering innocent civilians and committing war crimes is.
It's because niggas don't think with their brain, bruh. You're a sheep. You're a sheep. Like, bruh, if some nigga said, oh no, if you do this, you're gay. And it's just riding a horse. Why are you riding next man? No, because there's some people out in this world that will literally call you homosexual for shaving your legs. And a lot of people will listen. Like, boy, you're going to listen to another man just because what he thinks. That's what I'm saying. You're a sheep. If you're going to listen to all that propaganda, all that new stuff, and not go off of what you believe, you're a sheep.
Isn't a good thing, just maybe. But social media was still in its baby phases at the time it was going on, so there was still a lot of enthusiasm for it. But now with Gen Z, we grew up in the most free era of social media. No one would go because everyone would know it would be another lie that the government is doing. And the military's numbers have already been dropping more than ever. People have been making fun of it because they be trying to recruit soldiers anywhere they can now. They've been seen at anime cons. They got whole Twitch channels now. They even got them at NBA games now. I'm not gonna lie, if I'm watching my Glorious King LeBron putting up 40 points and a military sergeant comes up to me like, hey son, this game sure is great, right? Have you ever thought of the game of fighting for your country? Like, get the f out my face, bro. I'm watching LeBron. Even if there was a chance it was true and we were rightfully defending ourselves from evil, the US government has lost so much trust in the public, no one would believe them. I don't know a single man I've asked in Gen Z that,
bro, why would I ever trade or risk my life away for a country that I can barely survive in? Niggas are struggling to pay rent. Niggas are struggling to eat food. Like, why would I ever risk my life to help a country that is not helping me?
that said they would actually go if they got drafted. Most would rather just take the prison time or fine
100%.
And looking at it in the long
100%.
run, it's not even that bad. It's 5 years in prison max if you don't go. So it's either you get 5 years max in prison for not going and stay alive, or go and potentially get obliterated on the battlefield by a missile straight to the head.
Lock me
hey,
up,
man,
fuck, nigga.
I don't know about y'all, but I'm throwing a party in that prison for every day we not in the warfield. I got a friend that served in the military for a couple of years, and even he said nowadays he'd rather take the prison time. Also,
And then, like, think of that, bruh. Think of that. You are getting punished for not wanting to risk your life. That goes to show you literally have no freedom of your own self. You have no free will. They have the power to control you as a human being. You either put yourself at war or you put yourself in prison. Why would you listen to a nigga that is giving you no choices on life and is controlling you regardless of what you choose? This is a false sense of choice. This is literally a false sense of choice.
Younger generation has realized we don't want to fight a war because of a politician's beef. Like, why don't y'all fight it yourselves? Why I gotta grab the military equipment while you sit on a plane watching from above drinking champagne? They should host a boxing match every year for world leaders, and whoever wins, their country gets the most benefits for that year. Looking at our leader for now, though, yeah, we might be losing for the next couple of years if that happens. Also, growing up in this age, we've gotten exposed to how badly these war injuries leave people. This right here might be the sole reason Gen Z would never join in. There's always a chance you could end up with one of those. People in war lose body parts I didn't even know.
Bro, even if you survive, bro, I've been hearing niggas talk about them 1,000-yard stairs where you're just... My nigga, you can hear some confetti go off. Hey, happy birthday! Boo! Nigga go... That shell shot gonna get a nigga. That shell shot gonna get you. Gonna be far like, oh, oh. Calm down, grandpa.
Was possible to lose. The day I'm at war and they try to obliterate my meat, the whole place is gonna
Whoa,
They should have tried to stop those images from coming out, because who the hell would want to potentially get involved in a war after seeing pictures like that? And it's crazy because it could happen at any moment to you on the warfield. One day you're chilling in the breezy weather of Iraq in 115-degree weather. You're vibing, then you look to the right and see a man with 20 cc's of C4 strapped to his chest running to you at Usain Bolt speed. And now you end up looking like Two-Face back at home. I'm not sitting here and saying all of America's wars were unjustified though. Like, I always appreciate the veterans out there who fought, because most of the time, even if the war ended up being unjustified, a lot joined to fight for justified reasons and what they were told, and then felt bad when they realized it was a lie. And also for World War II, America
They got manipulated.
Was
That's
justified in a
rough.
lot, like, let's be real, mainly making sure Adolf didn't end up owning the world. But like I said, no matter how justified a conflict may be, the trust is gone from the public. It'll take a real hard campaign to have the youth agree the government is totally not lying in what they're saying. And the president—
Bro, they gonna need to put up serious amounts of bread. I feel like the only way a lot of people would go to war is if they were promised, I'm talking millions, like dead ass millions, like life change, extremely life changing, like your life will be set type of thing if you step in this war. If not, why?
we have now is totally not a liar, right?
One thing I can promise you this: I will always tell you the truth.
Line like shit.
He don't even believe that himself. Do you see his face? He was probably
lying like
back
shit.
and laughed so hard in his mind. That's the thing that's most important in a war. Having a person that the younger generation wholeheartedly trusts. It's a reason why a lot of dictatorships completely ban social media, because they can fully propaganda the younger generation to look up to the leader, and they're all gonna believe in them. Even having someone that they trust is hard, but having someone that the younger generation doesn't trust, yeah, it's gonna be damn near impossible for the government to try to get us on the war train with that. No matter your view on Trump, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to know that most of Gen Z does not have a good view on him. You take a room of 10 of us, and I would say at least 8 people are gonna say they don't like him. And look, like I've said in the past, I'm not even one of those that's a Trump hater 24/7 and spends all day writing hate articles on him. But if you truly think the younger generation would fully be behind him declaring a war on another country, you're delusional. Bro, we just had protests around the whole country against what he's doing. And because he's commander-in-chief and can set whatever war policies he wants, I would not trust what the this would implement. Like, what if he implements a policy where if your meat is smallest, you gotta be the first to go because you probably can't repopulate the population after—
Hey, bruh. I guess I'm staying. I guess I'm good, bro. I guess we... Fuck that. We all going to war.
drops from all the casualties. All of us would be like, I don't know if I can trust the man leading the war that says this on stage.
Because they asked me what I do, and I said, I'm gonna bomb the out of them.
Imagine he forgot there was a couple of soldiers on the warfield and threw one right in the middle of the fight. Also, another reason why the younger generation wouldn't be motivated to join in is because we really got nothing to look forward to and have no hope for an American dream. Our economy's still from COVID and inflation is still going on. No one can get a job on the mainland already, and most of Gen Z ain't gonna get a house in their lifetime. At least back then, when you fought a war, you had those things to look forward to. You came back and could work a shift as a cashier and buy a house in 2 years. Nowadays, instead of that, you're gonna come back and have no work available to you, probably still be living with your parents. All the femcells on Twitter and TikTok are gonna be laughing at the men dying on the warfield. And don't count on the government to help you.
Hey, let's talk about that real quick though. Women want to talk about feminism so much. Why don't we have a lot more women join the war? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know, they want to be treated equally like men. How about we do a 50-50 split? You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying?
Either after. It's so sad to me that there's people out there that served the country and helped keep it alive, only for them to end up homeless with no help from the government. In what world should homeless veterans even be a thing, bro? We spend $880 billion on the military a year. Everyone who served in war should be eating good and kicking back for the rest of their lives. They did
100%.
something that none of us wanted to do in the politicians and then got the end of the stick. If I was them, I would take back all of my service and stay my ass on the mainland. The government has tried to right those wrongs and make better benefits for people, but you still end up with people who got left behind and have nothing after. The only reason why I would even join, to be honest, is the benefits. I just have to sit there and pray that a war doesn't actually happen. Because for real, I'd only want the free insurance and vacations. The warfield is a different conversation. I'm gonna have to take my prison time for that game. Anyways, that's gonna be it. For anyone in Gen Z
The only benefits are free health insurance and vacations. Nigga, you can get those benefits at any full-time employer. What do you guys think, bruh? Do you guys think Gen Z would ever even want to, like, no, not want, but if they had to, I feel like a lot of them would just like choose the prison time. I'm gonna be honest. What do you guys think though? You guys let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, post notifications, binge watch the rest of my videos. I appreciate you guys for watching my videos. I'm out of here.